All still getting there. I can see one, two, the G one coming around as well. She'll put it down, but pick it up.
Hi everyone, John McLeod from Macbets. We're just going to go over, just turn this up a little bit. I'm just going to go over how we went on last week and a few, the miracle and the bad beat in this part of Macbets, miracles and bad beats. As far as Macbet goes, we're sort of up and down the whole week. We had a couple of good days and Saturday wasn't so good, but yesterday was pretty good. We backed one that we had 10 units on that got the money, and another one 4 units later in the day that got out to around $5 on Betfair, which was unbelievable, but it was able to get away with it. So had a pretty good week. As far as Eagle Farm goes on Saturday, I initially, after the first couple of races, I was thinking that the fence was going to play off, just because of all the rain that we had, and maybe that on these type of days when the rain has come at Eagle Farm, the inside's been off and they've come down the outside. Now, we never had too much rain leading into it. It was, the day before or on the day, so it dried out pretty quick. And I think the fence was okay, just because the first couple of races when I was thinking the fence was no good was just because of the pace. It was more pace related, not that the fence was no good. So early doors, we sort of got it wrong there, and we were on the wrong foot most of the day. And even when it come to patches, we thought it would be hard to beat, but it got into around the $2, $2.10, I think it was at one stage, and I thought that was rock bottom. It was just below our price. I think we had it about $2.20 or $2.30, and we sort of stayed off that. And the last race, we had a couple of good bets, which I think both horses went quite well that we backed. I think it was Matty Rocks and Tessark. I'm going to forgive both those horses' runs. Okay, we're going to get on to our miracle. Now, the miracle came up yesterday. How this won, I don't know. And pretty much, I would say, thank God it did win for a few people. And it was Cambuya Rock. Now, I'll just play this. Cambuya Rock is back on the fence, back a fair way. Just turn the volume off here. That's Cambuya Rock number 3. Now they're going out pretty quickly here. The horse out wide goes up and put pressure on the 3 of them. Now in this position here with it, this is great. Cambuya Rocks, they did bet $8 or $9 and it come right into $5. So it was sort of, I actually didn't back it, but I know a few people that did. But here, or just before here, it was cruising. But Rocky took off and pinched a break on Cambuya, and he just got left flat-footed, and I didn't think he'd be able to pick it up. He should have been able to try to get going at some stage. Cambuya Rocks, I know he's in no man's land there, but it was sort of how he won, I just don't know, because of what happened with Rocky. He's taken off, pinched a break, and then he hasn't got clear to about there, and this is Gatton. It's very short straight, and somehow he's got down a horse that was full of momentum, and he was just picking up, and he's just got there. The last bound. It was live. I thought it got beaten, and it actually got there. So that's our miracle. I'm not sure how he won, but he did. The other one, the bad beat. This one comes on Friday night. Now, it's not as if this horse, excuse me, a little bit of hay fever here. On Friday night, this horse called, it was in unlikely occurrences race. Now, this was Golan's horse. He had a few shorties that had gone over, and this was the last one. It was called Violation. Now, it's not as if it was unlucky to get beat. I'm calling it a bad beat just because if you're on it, you're sick, because it was home and hose, and I don't think if Maloney would have kept on riding with the stick, I don't think it would have made any difference. But it did actually make you sick when he put the stick away and just went hands and heels. It was sort of a little bit sickening going to the line. But I'm not totally against what he did. I don't think the horse would have found anything more. Now that's violation in the blue and the red coming out. He's going to go to the front. We haven't got the sectionals there, but they don't seem to have gone too fast. Now this is violation, so here you're sitting pretty, and then about here you're really sitting pretty. You're sort of thinking, oh, well, that's lovely. We've got the cash, and we'll only, just half hitting it, and he puts the stick away around about here and goes hands and heels, and then the horse sort of just plugs and got beaten on the line. Now, on any other circumstance, you'd think you're home there, and I would say a few people would have done their life in betting in the run. That last little bit, they would have been taking pretty short odds, with 100 to go, and then with about 60 to go, they're looking for the flag or looking for anything just to get out of trouble. But that was pretty hard to watch that if you're on violation. Thank God we weren't. We had that horse around about 230 or 240, and it was around about 5 to 4 into 2s on at one stage, and so it just didn't hit our price, and thank God it didn't. But that's about all from me. We've got races at Ipswich on Wednesday. We've got races Thursday, I think it's Doomben. Then we're missing on Friday. There's nothing. I think it's Townsville. On to Caloundra on Saturday, so I'm looking forward to that. I'll probably go up to that one, and I'll head up there. Then we go on to Sunday. I'm not sure where Sunday. Oh, it's a back up at Caloundra. So that's about it. Oh, just getting back onto the Little Birdie boys. They had a bit of bad luck there. They rolled the dice, the boys in Brisbane, a few times, and just didn't come off. I don't think, from my perspective, the horses that they were backing, I didn't see any problem. A lot of people are saying, do they want to bet? Do they bet for themselves like they did there? And I got back to, it's not something. I was a bit negative in the way that I was betting going down the coast, just because the track was playing really strange, and I really couldn't come up with a horse that I really wanted to let loose at. So whereas that track on Saturday, with the money they had, you're not going to start betting to a Kelly sort of situation, 2 or 3% of your pot and let it go. It's a one-day hit and run. So it's like when you go to the races when you're younger, or when I was younger, around the 18, you'd take your 300 or your 200 or whatever you took down there, and at the end of the day, you're not going to say, oh God, I'm not going to knock off this 200 or 300. It's sort of, that was your punning bank. You go down there and you're going to try to turn that into something, and that's pretty much what they did. They were taking their 200 or 300 down, but it was actually 200 or 300 of everyone's money, and they played it and they rolled the dice. It didn't come off. But that's part and parcel of that type of betting. I think if I go back into doing something like that, I think again I'd probably be trying to push the button a little bit for everyone as well, and just give it a little bit more of a run. It's not as if you're throwing grenades on horses that you don't think can win. You're still thinking they can they'll go close, and you're probably on them as well. But the money that you're putting on for the rest of the crew is probably a little bit more than what you're betting, but you're still on them as well. So bad luck, boys, but you'll get them next time. All right, that's all from me. Cheers. See ya.